Well, we started our day off at the Sac and Fox Casino. It's about 40 miles north of Topeka, Kansas on Highway 75 there in Kansas. Before we get too deep into this, I want to thank the driver that was parked beside me last night. You're part of a last of a dying breed. You left your parking lights on while you were running your truck last night, and I just want to let you know I appreciate that, because where we parked is a very dark lot, and with your parking lights it assisted me in the wise of being able to park my truck next to you. Without those lights it probably would have been a little bit more time consuming in the wise of getting out and using a flashlight or my own lights to see how close I was to his trailer. So I thank you, I do appreciate that. On to other news, the weather. Right now it's 103 degrees out with, well, that same wind that we had yesterday in yesterday's video. That wind is here. It's brutal, it's blowing out of the south. The phone tells me it's at 30 to 35 miles per hour. So all of that mixed together with a heavy trailer running south again, first class is going to get another workout. But on to good news, we are going somewhere different. We're in Sioux City, Iowa right now. We've got the trailer filled up with fuel and we've got the trailer washed out. We're going to run down to the pork plant here in town where we're going to grab a load. I'm not too sure what's in that load quite yet. It could be another one of those bacon loads, but we'll have to see once we get down there. We're going to take that load to Garden City, Kansas. Garden City, Kansas is about 500 miles, give or take, 500 miles south and to the west of us where we're located right now. From Garden City, Kansas, we'll go south and east to Dodge City, Kansas and grab a reload to come back to the city. So we're not fully stretching our legs out by no means, but we are getting away from the Topeka or the St. Joe loads. Hello. How are you?
Good. Picking up?
Yep. 474-5842.
Country?
Yep.
Bobtail?
Yep.
Alright, back in row 4.
Thank you. Well, after some confusion on if the load is loaded correctly, which it's way not loaded correctly, but we've learned to adapt and overcome, right? We do have our trailer behind us now. We are set up with pet slurry. It's pork slurry for pet food. You don't eat that stuff, do you? Dad, I'm on a very strict potato and Dad, I've forgotten. So have I. potato and duck. You eat ducks, man. You eat ducks. I knew it was something like that. There you go. He eats potato and duck. Very, very expensive dog food, other than his cheeseburger that he gets. I think we're going to go ahead and do a live here in the next 45 minutes. So if I cut out from you guys and we come back in and it's nighttime and we're running across Interstate 80, that's what's going on. Well, we're just right on the outside of Sioux City right now at a rest area where I'm going to prepare the phone and hopefully go live for the next 1 hour. I'm going to try keeping the driving live down to 1 hour. Conditions are about horrible for doing it live, and I probably shouldn't be doing it. I have both fans, the front and the sleeper air conditioners full bore. Then I have two separate little fans right here and one big fan upstairs that I keep running at all times when these temps are like this. It keeps the air moving around the cab quite a bit better. And then with the wind blowing at 30-35 mile an hour out of the south, we're going to be fighting the wind for the next 2 hours, 2-3 hours, and then mixed with hauling 45,000 pounds of meat in the wagon, the truck is going to be talking quite loudly. So if you're watching this now, it's after the live, and I do apologize if I didn't talk to you guys a whole lot during the live, because it just would have been just me muffled in the background. But you guys hear me talk quite a bit, a lot lately, so you should be okay with not listening to me chitter chatter. Yeah, I'll be back with you guys when I get done with this. Exit 388 off of Interstate 80. The trip's going quite nicely. We did our live, and I think the live went pretty good. Mom and Dad, and Sarah, and Paige, no, Mom, Dad, Sarah, and Troy were on there, and Paige was making some delicacy for supper, a spaghetti and meatballs and homemade cheese sticks, if I remember right. Don't worry, he's not eating too much grass. He's just walking through tall grass and figures smorgasbord. Well, we've gone for a nice little walk now. I'm gonna jump back in the truck and eat some homemade goulash that my mom made me. I wasn't really hungry, but then when I started talking about that spaghetti and meatballs that Paige made, now I'm hungry. Boys and girls, I'm so sick of this crap. I think I'm gonna call this one a night. We've made it a little bit further than where we stopped on that last little storm that we hit, which those winds were brutal. I thought for sure we were gonna get slammed with hail again, and it only ended up being just minor stuff. It did leave a few marks on the hood where it brushes the mud off, or the dirt off of the truck. But the wind, the grass was flat. You know, I found that pull off, well, it was an off ramp. I found that off ramp, and then I, you know, you do the basics in real high winds. You know, I dropped the trailer down, the airbags down in the trailer, dropped the airbags down on the rear suspension, just to kind of keep the truck from going like this the whole time. I don't know if it ever will make a difference in high winds or not, but at least it keeps the truck from rocking back and forth. And I've done the same thing right now. We're not too far from Grand Island, Nebraska right now. If you're familiar with the area, we're taking a different route. The load behind us required me to take just the alternate route, we can put it that way. And my plans were to go to Kearney, Nebraska, then head south. And that would bring us into where we needed to be. We would have gotten there in the middle of the night, and it probably wouldn't have ended well anyway, because I'm not sure if there's parking there or not. So parking right here is not going to hurt anything. We have till noon tomorrow to get there, so we are plenty good on time. My weatherman and me have been talking back and forth, and he warned me about that last storm that I ran in. But unfortunately, I had stopped, and well, after walking Opie and eating the goulash that I had talked about, I decided I might just take a quick half-an-hour nap, which it really was only a half an hour. But in that time, my weatherman, my dad, had texted me a couple times, and I read them, but I must have just pushed them off as nothing, because I jumped back into the driver's seat and we motored on. After motoring on about another 10-15 miles, I realized, uh-oh, this was what he was talking about. So we've been talking about this storm that's going on behind me right now, and we were talking about, well, here, you just turn south on 34. If you just get south of it, it'll be okay. Well, then he got back to me, oh, another system just popped up just south, and I just sent him a text, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. I mean, I can drive through storms, no problem, but the wind is relentless. I mean, the nasty wind. I mean, I can put up with a 30-40 mile per hour wind because we are plenty heavy, but that wasn't no 40 mile an hour wind that we were running into. And I don't think this storm's producing that either, because the lightning, the bolts are just straight down. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like down there, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Other than that, you guys have a safe one. Rain. I don't know. I'm just done. You guys stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.